All right, here we are again at a familiar spot. Just getting a couple minutes of real-time flight in. Feeling pretty, I don't know what I'm feeling today, but anyways, yeah, FPV's hard. So, been on the simulator, been putting my hours in, and you know, I get on there today, and I don't know, just it's like I'm brand freaking new at it. You know what I mean? Like when I am, but man, like just just sucking. So I'm not completely discouraged. I think I'm at that point. Like yeah, it was awesome. It still is awesome, but at the beginning, you know, just experiencing the that trajectory of like not knowing the controls to getting that down, kind of in getting an understanding to where, man, you know, I was doing really good. I was like, golly, this is awesome. It's not as hard as it looks, at least in the simulator, and everything and stuff. And so I don't know. I mean, all that stuff's still the same, but it's just like I don't know, just like now it's more into like the more technical part of it, more than just like keeping the drone off the ground and in the air and stuff. But well, anyways, let's get to it, because I might not have a whole lot of time to really talk right now. So let's freaking get after it so we can get these get it in the air. And we're off. I was gonna do this yesterday, but it was really windy yesterday. And I just oh, this battery isn't, I have a lot of battery in here. So there is a pretty strong wind today coming from the so anyways, what I was saying, so yeah, like it's just a little difficult. So I'm getting into stuff like, you know, tuning the drone and the controller to operate like to, you know, for the drone to behave in a way that is conducive to your input, your muscle memory kind of input, given that you've worked out and that you have a good technical basis on the inputs and things like that. But I'm probably gonna lose picture here in a second, going behind me and everything. But anyways, and so I was messing with that last night, and so I'm not sure what happened. I guess my simulator reset or something reset to where I was trying to like anyways, I was going on to start, and man, it was just, the controls were just like 4 and just was not working well. And well, and or something, like either I had forgotten how to do the thing, or something, you know, something happened, and it was just crap. It is kind of windy today. I didn't really realize how windy it, I mean, I did realize how windy it was, but I didn't, you know, anyways. But as I was saying, so yeah, doing the tuning and stuff like that to try to get it back on, and so learning a little bit about that. So I think what really happened is just my controller configurations and my rate settings and stuff. I just it was just having a hard time getting them back to something that was halfway usable. I'm not sure. I kind of stumbled onto it the first time, but I've been using the same drone in the simulator. And anyways, so that part just kind of sucks. Yeah, I don't have acro in here, so yeah, I've been using this control, and so I think part of what's happening too. I don't know. Yes, I think I am at a plateau stage where yeah, I've gotten the basics down, and like I said, can control the drone. Even in the simulator, I'm flying on acro and the with the drone in there, and although I have a very high. I haven't really gotten much into the races. So basically, what it is that yes, when it comes to the racing and the courses, I do find that like it's I have a little bit of a difficult time. Like staying in the course. And completing the race in a fast time, or completing the course in a good time. And this angle mode is strange, so it like does this thing where hold on, let me get this back under some control. There we go. At least it's in the grass there. I'm gonna stop while ahead. It's a little windy, and anyways, I was gonna do a review on that drone itself, the CADX Protoss. I was doing my shopping around and stuff for an inexpensive, good quadcopter, and this one came. I'm not sure. This one, started coming across my feed, and there are a lot of. Well, there aren't that many. I think that's the point here. There's not that many different. Like ready to fly. This is called a ready to fly beginner's quadcopter kit. So you have the goggles, the controller, and the little quadcopter all together. For an FPV, you have to purchase everything separately, and you have to kind of build your own setups. But for some companies have decided to target people who are wanting to get into the hobby, and not spend a whole bunch of money or have to do a lot of guesswork as far as what goggles to buy, what batteries, and all the different things that are required. And so they make these kits where everything is in there. The drone is tuned, put together. And so yeah, it's just a quick entry into the hobby. You can really get a long way with learning how to control a drone, how a drone behaves, how to configure it. That's what's great about this particular one, is because it is configurable and stuff. So you can do all that with it. And I don't know. I wondered about this. So driving while recording, I don't know, I see people do it. But I wonder if like YouTube guidelines or anyways, but I might, whatever, we'll see. But I need to go get gas. So anyways, yes, it comes pre-assembled, and anyways, so it's really cool. That and a couple with a simulator. What I was talking about before, though, is one of the things that I think that. So I guess I segued to that to not, it's definitely not as far as the plateau, the learning, where I'm at, kind of seems like in this learning curve. I'm kind of where it's like it's kind of gotten a little steeper, and I'm finding myself. But I think a lot of my problem that I'm experiencing between like the last couple days and today, last night and today, basically, is that I think the controller is messing up. So it's another thing about the kit. It is an inexpensive kit. So it's a kind of it's a budget option. They do get less expensive and they do get more expensive, these beginner kits, but so it's it's about right there in the middle, I guess. And so as far as the quality of the the certain things, it's whatever, you'll watch different reviews on something and they'll say some different things, but then there'll be some things that everyone will kind of have a consensus on, and so the quality of the controller being pretty mid-range and pretty kind of value, you can tell it's a value controller that is always being noted in these reviews. And so not knowing how far that extends or what things that impacts that are noticeable by people, I guess, who are in the hobby. Granted, people who have been doing it for longer and who are in it, they have a finer taste or finer finer sense for a properly working gear and stuff like that. But and so anyways, I am getting a better controller. I've heard a lot of reviews about this controller as a great controller to get started with and even have for a while. It's a well-known brand. It's a legacy brand, I would imagine. Been around for a long time, and so so getting a Radio Master Pocket Crush. So I hear that is a really good Express LRS radio, 2.4 gigahertz, and so I'm pretty stoked about to see, just to at least have that part done to where it can really start getting down to, is even in the simulator, things like my understanding of tuning and my skill or my progress in actually understanding and controlling the drone. So FPV and specifically, the drone thing I've been wanting to do for a while. I've just I've just been into it, like I said, for really into it, I guess, to this degree, for a month or so. But I've the idea or the desire and the interest of getting into it has been around for a couple of years, and to the point where like I guess that was a conversation I was having with my dad. I've had a couple of drones that my dad has given me. They're and I think I remember him giving them to me in response to, I think, a conversation where I was expressing interest in getting into it. And so, but the FPV part of it was something I thought was definitely cool, but I didn't see myself necessarily like getting into it because, anyways, I just knew, fuck, that's crazy. You know what I mean? It seemed like a crazy, when I watched videos of people doing, freestyle FPV, man, it's just, count me. You know what I mean? I can't do that. and stuff like that. You know, it seemed like and so, anyways, I was just limiting. I kind of limited myself, I guess, to the idea of, you know, something more like a kind of a DJI drone. You can take nice drone, you know, yeah, drone imagery. So the two kinds of drone flying, FPV flying, or drone flying in general that I saw and that I really liked was, you know, like the landscape drone, aerial drone things, and those are fantastic. And then like FPV, like where people do like real estate, or where they do, you know, basically like flying in an environment with people, and close indoors typically, and at people level, to where it's like a ghost hovering through, you know, like a witnessing eye kind of hovering through these environments and stuff, and yeah, it's really cool because it's like, anyways, just really neat. I liked when I would see what looked like kind of choreography, where the people were participating with the drone in such a way to where, you know, it was really neat, to where as they were aware of this floating presence, and yeah, stuff is it's a really cool thing, and I would, you know, like to take part in that. I've always liked choreography in general, specifically fight choreography, but you know, dance stuff is cool too. Yeah, like yeah, that's the picture that I had, you know, that I had in mind, you know, just something to pursue. So yeah, videography in general is as part of my interest. Taking pictures, I've been wanting a good camera for a long time. Just, you know, hadn't afforded one, hadn't seen the opportunity arise to, like, if I were gonna spend a lot of money on something, the camera, just, yeah, I don't know, it never came to the front of the line like I guess it ought to have, because of, you know, dependent, or with respect to my interest in it. But yeah, but looking for like a better camera situation in my phones. So I also recently, you know, purchased a better phone that's known for having a good camera and stuff. And it was definitely a better camera than what I was working with on my other phone. It was a horrible front camera, and something was happening with it too in the videos that was making it have lines and striations in it. Being a daredevil, that guy. Woo! All right, I'll be back. Forgot I was recording.